here's the thing, and this is my mindset behind the Holy Trinity. You run it, you win. You don't run it, but you think that the other team is going to run it, and then you win. Either way, Trinity wins.
I don't think they should bring that. We've seen it. The only thing we've seen from it is it consistently not work. That's the only thing we've seen from it.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that FNRGFE, they said that they prepped for that, right? Like, surely they must know. So either way, the Trinity gets the last laugh if Renegades win on Hanamura. That's the lesson here, Matthew. That is the lesson.
Sure, whatever you say.
Yes.
I think you're completely wrong.
I listen here. It's my final weekend. Let me be delusional.
We've seen teams break it relatively easy. The only time it almost worked, it's because the other team had so little time left on the clock.
I'm just saying.
We'll see. I mean, it'll be Renegades on offense first, so you will not see it on offense. On defense.
Oh, no, you definitely don't run it. You don't run it first. That's not how the Trinity works.
No, it's not.
It's not how the Trinity. You wait till the next round. That's
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Come on, man. You should know this.
No, I really like your analysis, Alex.
Hey, anytime.
It would not play Symmetra on offense.
I've seen you do it.
Now you're just trying to trying to deflect.
I've seen you do it. CP told me his favorite hero was Symmetra, so it makes a lot of sense. And Bren, I believe, said that his dream was to become a Symmetra main for Owl. So
Bren always talks about his Genji play, and then
Brenji,
Harsha and Sideshow are just like, don't play with him.
His Brenji play.
Yeah, they're like, it's awful.
They should have a voice line which says.
Buds will pick up Genji. It's really the only kind of change you look at from FNRGFE coming into this. Renegades, okay, so it looks like Mangachu will play McCree here, and you'll actually have Primo Dolce pick up Ryan, and Zachary will be running Roadhog. I think for Renegades, the key is to not have Primo Dolce go down first. He cannot die first.
Yeah.
You need to keep him up. Keep him up. Good things will happen.
And they're able to just move right in to the top side here. We've seen this happen before. You can give Mangachu a little room to breathe as well with some shots, but now that, they kind of just force everyone to have to turn around, Zachary pushes through, but remember, take a breather. He can just go ahead and move with that one, and if they lose Cool Mat here, that could certainly hurt, and they are going to lose Cool Mat on this. So now Renegades just are able to march right in, and FNRGFE kind of just let them have this territory for free, though. They're going to have to follow it up with some kills, but Jesus, he's been lining up the kill feed. That's what Gillfrost mentioned before.
They get both tanks out of the equation here. Does Renegades. You have Jesus doing some work. Both supports here still alive for FNRGFE. Jesus falls back, gets some health. If you're FNRGFE, you're staying alive here on the point. Renegades need to get a little bit more aggressive. Take these players out. You're going to have these tanks coming back. See Boink gets up top on the Lucio, doing a nice job staying alive. Bud's here as well. Bud's getting very close to his Dragon Blade.
See if Buzz decides to use it. As members of Renegades are going to get back into the point, they're able to get one tick. Point still being contested here. A lot of red right in front. They're going to lose Cool Mat again, though. He is going to get D-Mech. Buzz moves in. He took out the blade, but the blade won't do anything on that one. Transcendence now. Keep them going in this fight. You're going to have at least one tank going. It will be Muma. But there goes the nano boost
running off of the point.
Primo, yeah, I mean, they run off the point. They force him off the point. You are going to continue to have Renegades maintain this fight. There goes the Deadeye. Are they going to get a couple kills with it here? He's looking around the corner, and he doesn't get a kill. But still, though, they got 2 ticks, X.
It looks like Mangachu just trying to stay alive desperately here. He's getting hit. Nice sleep dart there. Onto Muma, as they may make this happen. As you see, Mangachu does fall. You have a lot of players coming off spawn here. You get Zachary back in the fight on the Roadhog. Nice pin there from Primo Dolce. A pulse bomb comes out, turns around, uses a shield, blocks it. Jur, though, gets
They're going to lose Cool Mat again.
Yep. Clockwork takes him out. Clockwork's still alive here on the Tracer.
And really, Jesus has been doing such an excellent job here in this fight, which has dragged on for a considerable amount of time.
That should be
finally go to Renegades here, but wow, good job to be able to just keep themselves going.
FNRGFE used a ton of ults during that whole entire sequence. Now Renegades, you have an Earth Shatter. Primo Dolce can land a big Earth Shatter. You could take this point in a relatively good time here for Renegades. Bud's building up to another Dragon Blade yet again. No support ults on the side of Renegades to deal with it.
Already they're going to be able to dual D-Mech Cool Mat, and that just is not going to look good here.
They should try and force this fight on the point. You're going to have a Nano, you're going to have Pulse Bomb, and you're going to have Whole Hog. If Bud's kind of uses that Dragon Blade, maybe you can knock him back a little bit. You have that Earth Shatter as well. Mangachu's going to get the effects of the Nano boost up top, so he's going to be boosted up on the McCree, laying down some shots from above. Zachary takes out Buds before you get a use of the Dragon Blade. Here comes Mangachu with a Deadeye.
Wait for the Transcendence to go down. They know that he's going to have to hide, which means he has very limited movement on that one. Muma, though, was able to just jump onto Sherlocky there. They should be able to get this kill. Yes, they do, but it's just not going to be a fight that they can win. They don't get a tick out of that one. But still, you did manage to gain some ults in the process there, X.
Yeah, Bonnie has to use the Transcendence there for FNRGFE, so he will not have that in the next fight. For Renegades, you do have a Sound Barrier. You did use your Nano Boost, you use your Deadeye there. The Pulse Bomb you build up so fast. I think it's really we'll see when Buds decides to use this Dragon Blade. No Transcendence when you're playing the Ana on the side of Renegades, so all you have to get through that is that Sound Barrier.
They know that they're going up for the high ground here. Renegades like to make this push happen. When does Buds use the Blade? Because now it's just going to be a bunch of the members of Renegades. As Buds goes low because he's just waiting for that opportunity. It seems like they're just going to dive in, and if he can take out the Blade, he could cause some disruption there. And waiting for that chance, and everyone just kind of playing around one another. It's like a little game of chicken here. But Bonnie, that's going to be the first pick, and now that could give them the opening that they wanted. Biotic Nade comes in there to keep them going, and Zachary again. Buds could not do anything with the Blade here, which is alarming to see, X.
Yeah, and then you're going to have a Primal Rage come out from Muma. He's going to try and get up to the high ground, knock Mangachu back, but Jesus is go on the point here for Renegades. They're in a good spot here. I believe that is going to be a Nano Boost onto Mangachu. Yet again, you will get a second tick. Buds now switches over to 76. He falls down. Renegades completes the map.
Wow.
3 minutes and 12 seconds in the time bank.
That first kill onto Bonnie there, because look how close he was to getting the Transcendence in the fight. He stayed alive in the back. He had no choice. You have to go in. You have to challenge. While he was hanging out on the sidelines there, just trying to heal, trying to lay out some damage. They were in full control. Renegades with 3 minutes, 12 seconds in their time bank. Let's see what they decide to do on defense here. Man.
Well, they did a nice job when they were going towards that high ground, right? They would have everybody kind of like walk onto the catwalk outside of Zachary, who would go up the stairs. And it put Cool Matt in an awkward position, right? Because he's trying to soak up a lot of the damage that Mangachu's putting down on the McCree, like from the front. But then also he has Zachary on the Roadhog, you know, always the threat of potentially hooking him, bringing him in. Roadhog would do a ton of damage to the Diva, and it put Cool Matt in an odd position. You saw him get, now on the first point, demeched a few times. When we were on in the free cam, you could see it a little bit, you know, trying to show towards the front, but not also so worried about the left. There were a few times where Zachary got him really weak and forced him like all the way back down the stairs, which then you lose the defense matrix.
They were really able to focus on Cool Matt. Everyone knows that the tanks for FNRGFE are the, you know, the superstars of this team. Not to take anything away from the other four members, but this is a squad that certainly prides themselves on their stellar tank play. And to just be able to neutralize Cool Matt the way that they did gave them a lot of opportunities. And look at Mangachu. Just sneaky beaver, as Puckett says.
You were wondering with Mangachu whether you're going to see the Torbjorn or Junkrat, or it really could have been anything, for all we know. But it'll be the Junkrat here.
Not a bad choice.
Have a lot of spam coming through the front. You're also going to have, I know, Zachary there. We're putting down a ton of damage on Roadhog, and Roadhog, just with the way he is now, with you know, the take a breather and whatnot, he just occupies a ton of space. That, like, you know, at the front now, it's going to be very difficult because you're going to have the Rhine Shield, you're going to have the Junkrat spam, and you're going to have Roadhog here to get through.
It's just a lot of HP to melt down, and then you got to worry about that hook, which can ruin a push if you're not careful. But Muma, he's going to make his way to the back, and now FNRGFE, they're going to have a couple bodies here onto the point, 2 to be exact. Here, Zachary goes in for the contest. He'll also have the support of his tanks, and as you mentioned before, right, take a breather, just right back in it. The goal here, keep Primo Dolce alive, but he's going to die. Buds is going to be able to get the kill, but in turn, they do manage to take out Boink. And now you're starting to see Renegades get a couple more kills on the feed. And just look at those hooks coming in as well. I mean, at this point in time, this has just been all Renegades. They manage to maintain control.
You cannot lose your Rhine or Winston, whatever Primo's going to play.
They have to do a better job of keeping him alive.
They have to keep him up. You know, whether it's the position he plays or, you know, just a little bit more focus from the supports need to keep him alive. I believe Muma still behind enemy lines here. So it'll be a pulse bomb that comes out. You take out Sherlock, you lose a lot of healing. He's very close to a nano boost as well. The big pick there from Clockwork.
Yeah, and you notice as well, a lot of activity, a lot of attention put toward going after the tank Muma that was hanging around the Winston, and that just kind of didn't allow them to prepare for this push here. And now Clockwork, he was able to get 3 kills. Mangachu goes in, but he's only able to find Buds. And that will be a rip tire that doesn't get much value out of that one besides 1 kill. FNRGFE will get 2 ticks, and it seems like they will be able to get this point capture with a lot of time left on the clock here. And Muma, man, just staying alive, it just put a lot of eyeballs on him.
Now you see Renegades making some changes. They'll have Primo Dolce move off of Ryan. He'll go over to Winston. A little bit more ability towards that high ground. Mangachu, at least for the time being, will stay on the Junkrat. Now you'll have Zachary stay on the Roadhog. So we'll see how they play around this. I know you can do a lot of nade spam here down. And then obviously you bring, people up here with the hook. And you see Cool Matt get pulled up. And you can do a ton of damage to him as well as looks like FNRGFE able to force their way back towards the point. It's going to be Cool Matt getting D-Max. You do have the Transcendence coming out here for FNRGFE. You're going to have Attack Visor and Sound Barrier here as well. So a ton of ults being invested by FNRGFE. Jesus uses his own Attack Visor and their own Sound Barrier as well, forcing some members back. So Renegades able to get a hold there on FNRG's first attempt on defense. And they use both support ults. So we'll see if FNRGFE, you can build some of those back up.
Got to drain this time here if you're Renegades, right? Because they were able to, I think they ended it with 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock there. So they got so much out of that fight, winning those fights.
It's an early pick there from Zachary. He's able to take out Bonnie.
Yep.
You see a change coming in from Renegades yet again. You have Jur now moving over from Lucio. He will play Zenyatta. So now you get the Discord orbs for some more damage, right? He's going to switch now back off of the Zenyatta to the Lucio. So I know maybe he just did it there towards the end when they were trying to get towards the point, then has an opportunity to go back and switch. It'll be Mangachu here using a tire when just about everybody is dead. So maybe trying to get it closer towards the, closer towards their spawn. Maybe
yeah.
kind of stall them out.
Maybe
for
he
a
thought they
longer.
were closer than he initially thought. At the very least, it would hold, slow down the push, but really that was.
And Buds now, he will move over to Genji, so you have him move off to 76. So they'll make some adjustments here on the side of FNRGFE. So see if Renegades can get another hold.
And Buds, he hasn't had much in the way of success with the Genji. Those Dragon Blades haven't really gotten much value out of that one. But still, though, I don't think it's really going to matter when the rest of your team are doing the work. They're just going to sit onto the point here. Zachary with the whole hog, forcing back Cool Matt. That's defense matrix that he won't be able to use to protect his teammates as he gets demeched again here. And now you see Renegades as they get control. No tick gained thus far, Matt, and this is looking like a good defensive play, a good defensive
Zachary again was in the second fight in a row able to take out Bonnie. Well-placed hook takes him out because in FNRGFE they're trying to get back down towards the point. And at times where you have seen Bonnie get picked, he's up top trying to work with Buds, and he gets hooked by the Roadhog and he gets taken out. Relative ease, and you want to have that Discord on the Roadhog because he has so much HP. They'll take a breather now while you can move. You take less damage. They'll get right back up to full health. Mangachu going to get another tire here, and you're going to have a nano boost from Renegades. Both support ults up for FNRGFE. It's 2 big kills coming in for FNRGFE. It's a pulse bomb onto Jur, and it's Bonnie taking out Zachary.
Jesus with the Attack Visor, but you use that Transcendence so that you don't need to worry about the health going down, but still they're able to get a couple kills on it. Zachary with Hog, take a breather, should just keep him going in this fight there. Remember that 50% damage reduction as well, and you're only going to have a couple members left alive, and look at that. I mean, just still managing to hold themselves on defense, and time-wise, they did better than FNRGFE.
It's a huge win there for Renegades because both support ults come out yet again for FNRGFE. Dragon Blade as well. Clockwork opens things up with a pulse bomb. He earns another one back, so he's doing a ton of damage on the point. The Renegades still able to hold on. So you will have a whole hog, you'll have a sound barrier here, and you'll have a primal rage. Probably don't even need it. You have no ultimates here on the side of FNRGFE available.
Not a lot.
Primo's got to be careful.
Oh, and they lose Boink in the fight early on, but Primo's going to die. Still, though, they are going to have the defender's advantage so long as they can just keep them at bay. You're going to have Zachary as well with the whole hog here in just a little bit. May try and force back some of these members. FNRGFE know that the fight's going to be really difficult to engage without Boink, though, so they're just going to back away.
It's great for FNRGFE because you just force the sound barrier out. You know that's the one support ult that can really sustain. Cool Matt, he's going to open things up here with a self-destruct. You also, for FNRGFE, have your Transcendence. There it is. You do drop Buds, though, early as Buds is building up towards Dragon Blade.
Now's the time for the push to happen. They are able to get one tick, which they've been able to have for a good portion of this round here. Bonnie with the double will find himself two, and now players are you have to wipe them out at this point in time, right? You have to just completely eliminate them from the point. That's the only way that you could possibly win, and now you're gonna have a lot of ults online here for Renegades that could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Zachary on the Roadhog has made such a difference. See him just kind of stare at Bonnie.
The death.
Didn't really bring the bags out, just a cold hard stare there.
Didn't bring the bags, the cold hard stare. I like it.
Buds will have a Dragon Blade coming into this next fight. No support ults for Renegades. But just watch, maybe Mangachu picks one up with a Riptire early. Maybe Zachary, when he sees that Dragon Blade come in, can kind of push Buds back with that whole hog. You're gonna have Primo Dolce as well with the Primal Rage. To be Muma diving in deep. Here comes the Riptire.
Well, it's going to die right away. The Riptire falls, and it seems like they have to get onto the point here because they did manage to get 2 ticks on this one. Zachary with the whole hog, forcing back a couple members away here. And now it's just a matter of survival here. Transcendence is out as well, but Buds, he will die as he did use the Dragon Blade there. Tac Visor was going to be enough to shut him down. Still, though, and now you're getting dangerously close here. You have 15 seconds left on the clock, and you're losing out on your members. You have to be able to make this flip happen. They clear them away. 10 seconds remaining on the clock here, X, and they have to scramble to get onto the point as soon as possible. But Renegades, they're bringing the fight to them with only a couple seconds remaining, and they won't be able to make it happen. Renegades win the game, and they are up 2-1 here in this series.
Renegades has won as many maps in this series as they have taken all season.
What is going on right now?
Zachary with Roadhog was huge throughout this entire game.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, in now a crazy scenario, I mean, if FNRGFE, they want to keep their playoff hopes alive, they need to take the next map. If they don't, then we go to Ilios. Ilios is a pretty decent map where they can bring out the Far Mercy Renegades again. So Renegades, they've secured themselves that game 5. It's crazy to even say. And wow, Rogue has to be going nuts. I would love if we had like a camera on the Rogue guys, if we could cut to after every one and just see them with their reactions to the games. But I think for me, on that map, Primo Dolce, we kind of touched on a little bit, did a better job staying alive. Is not consistently the first one dead. Zachary on the Roadhog as well was getting a lot of picks, and Roadhog just taking up a ton of space, just able to stay alive.
Yeah, just being able to keep those tanks alive. And just Hog, man, way to see Hog come back into the fold here. And it's not necessarily about the damage, because the fun part about Roadhog was the hook, the kill or the shot, and then the melee, right? Just being able to end them immediately. But now you're just looking at so much health, and everyone's like, yeah, but Hog's going to be an ult battery. He's going to be an ult battery, sure. But if he is staying alive and putting out damage and getting kills, it seems to be working.
And it's still just the threat of the hook. Like,
exactly.
In certain situations, you don't want to just kind of like push up the staircase or whatnot. Like when they're trying to go towards the high ground, you don't know if the hook is on cooldown, the hook's available. It just puts another added kind of thought in the other team's head on what they have to play around.
Well, guys, Renegades are up in this series 2-1. We're going to go to a break. And when we come back, map number 4, in order for FNRGFE to win this, it will guarantee us a Game 5. This is the world we live in. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As we get ready for map number 4, we'll be taking a trip over to Watch Point Gibraltar. Now, if you're just joining us here wondering what's going on, why is this match so crazy? Well, let's go ahead and get you up to speed here, because FNRGFE, if they won the series, they were guaranteed to go to the playoffs.
Yes.
The Detroit Renegades have won 2 maps all season long, and they have won more maps, as you see right there, than they have in this series, than they have all season. And in this point in time, you have the members of Rogue, the team that is sitting at the bubble, cheering on Renegades, AKM on Twitter, going absolutely ballistic because they just want this win. This can happen, Matt.
It can. And you go over to Gibraltar, which will be map number 4 in the series. Looks like the players still need some time, but this is one you could run Roadhog on yet again. Zachary's very good on the Roadhog on Hanamura. Maybe we were talking a little bit. I mean, if you're on offense, maybe you pull out the Far Mercy. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think it'll work, but like it could be a different look that like they're just not expecting.
At this point, if you're Renegades and you're just kind of rolling, you have all this momentum, and just play what works for you and just figure it out after that. I think what they've been doing a very good job is focusing down Cool Matt. It seems like that's the focus. Like as long as they get Cool Matt out of the equation on the Diva or Zarya, whichever tank he's going to play, they feel pretty good about the rest of the fights. And they're on Hanamura. They did a good job of that.
Yeah, and also, let's not forget Buds getting just no value out of those Dragon Blades in Hanamura. Every time he took out the blade, he was wiped out. So you're sitting here thinking, well, if FNRGFE are just, they're losing their tanks early on, you're not getting any value with some of these ults. Renegades, had they played like this all season?
Right? Where's this Renegades been?
This is the part that just, will forever frustrate me, because you see that the talent's there. Coming into this, they were the scrappy team that could, but you knew that the talent was still there. And then it's kind of just been like, well, a running joke of them just like losing in ways that were unimaginable. And now here they are about to beat FNRGFE.
Take a step back for a second.
Yes, let's go ahead. Let's take a step back, man.
They still have had some issues in the series.
Without a doubt.
They have looked much better, but they still have issues in the series.
Yes, but you wanted Jesus to come alive. He definitely, irony is definitely there. Has not been lost on me.
Without trying to get a laugh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But you wanted Jesus to perform. He definitely has here.
I like when you said come alive.
He has turned water into wine. And then Mangachu, who has had probably the best game of his career, Zachary, best game of this season, Zachary with the hog plays, unreal. Still, though, they have to keep Primo Dolce alive.
If they can keep Primo alive and you get Zachary there with them and you can get these tanks a little bit more coordinated, they can definitely take Gibraltar. As we get into the game, Buds will be on the Widowmaker here. For FNRGFE, on offense, you'll have Mangachu running the Genji on D.
They know that that's coming out there, and they know that the Widow's here. You can always expect either a Widow or a 76 in these scenarios, and Buds will go largely uncontested as Renegades are just going to continue to play in front of the point here, the payload, as it marches its way through the car wash now, and FNRGFE just getting a lot of free push with this one. Renegades backing away. They just need to be able to keep their tanks alive, and now here comes the engagement, but they are going to lose Sherlocky early on. Muma will see to that one, as members of Renegades will flood the point, but FNRGFE, they're getting the kills. And remember, this is FNRGFE's map here, so they're feeling pretty good about themselves in Watch Point Gibraltar thus far, and they have control, Matt.
Yeah, they dominate the beginning of this game. You drop Sherlocky at the beginning. He makes the change right away. It'll be point A going over to FNRGFE. I believe you have one player pushed up a little bit, trying to get some kills off of the spawn. I believe that's Clockwork, as you still have a few members from Renegades that spawn up here. So, see, Cool Matt, he takes out Primo Dolce. You lose him. Now you're going to force the rest of Renegades to back up. So a very good start to this map here from FNRGFE.
Just looking to establish control. You can really snowball going into point B, excuse me, if you're not careful. And that is the thing that Renegades just have to be wary about here. You don't want to let them have so much control around the shuttle, so much control around the high ground, as they are going to push them back now, keep them away, keep them at bay here as the payload is right underneath the shuttle, but they're going to lose Primo Dolce again early on. Blade comes out for Mangachu. He's going to have barely any health there, as Cool Matt will see to that one. The Transcendence is used for FNRGFE in response to the Dragon Blade, so it's not necessarily a bad play to make there. But they are going to see, it seems like they're just going to march this one right through X, largely unopposed.
Yeah, this one has not been close thus far. Clockwork throws out a pulse bomb, does some more damage. It looks like they're going to have Coolmat and Muma block that right doorway. Primo Dolce does get Clockwork. It'll be the sound barrier here that comes out for FNRGFE. It's Bud still on the Widowmaker trying to land some shots.
Yeah, now we're starting to see them get some kills, right? You take out Bonnie, you take out the healing. Primal Rage is just going to force Bud's back here. He's still getting some shots down. And finally, they will remove a couple members of the FNRGFE squad right before they get to point B here, and they desperately needed to be able to make that one happen, or else they would have had a lot of time to work with going into the last push.
And Bonnie takes out Jesus here at the beginning, so another kill for FNRGFE.
Primo needs heals.
Primo does need to be healed up, just as Lucio available right now. Now he's going to get that Harmony Orb. Now the sound barrier comes in for Renegades, as they feel like the fight is coming from FNRGFE, but where is it? You just have Coolmat here. Bud's playing from a distance. You use that sound barrier. What did you really gain out of it?
Yeah, it was an odd sound barrier to use, but let's see if they can follow with a couple kills. Jesus with the D-Mech onto Coolmat now, but Bud still will linger in the backfield, just raining down shots. Goodbye, Jur. And that's just going to be point B here for FNRGFE as they put 2 there on the scoreboard, and now they have 4 minutes and 32 seconds left on the clock here. It's a very, doable hold for Renegades. They have done it, right? I should say, they've surprised us this series. So,
and maybe that sound barrier, they expect the pressure to come in, because I believe you still had Coolmat there and Muma there for FNRGFE. Maybe you expected everybody else to come off of the spawn, but it's a good disengage from FNRGFE. Then they get right back, onto that payload. No support ults available for Renegades at that time. They're able to take point B. Bud still on the Widowmaker. Gets pressured out from the high ground there by Primo Dolce. Be Jesus able to D-Mech Coolmat. Zachary picks up Muma this push. They're not going to work out well for FNRGFE. They're going to have to back up here. So Renegades now starting to build some more ults. You have the Primal Rage. You have your Pulse Bomb. You have your Dragon Blade as well. Transcendence here too for Renegades. So a lot of good ults to work with. Pulse Bomb comes out. Now you don't have that Transcendence anymore. Clockwork takes out Sherlocky.
No, you do not. Be a little careful here. You can't make those kinds of plays if you're the Renegades if you want to win this series outright. Mangachu, though, is just getting zapped. He's going to have to go for some healing as the payload right next to the bridge. Jesus, though, will be able to get the kill onto Boink, and Boink was dangerously close to getting that sound barrier. Perhaps you're going to use the Dragon Blade to force out the Transcendence here, but they're just going to go ahead and use the Transcendence anyway because they recognize that without the additional healing, they are going to need the support to push this one forward. But this is not going to give Mangachu the opportunity he was looking for to go right into it with the blade. He cuts through them. They are able to get themselves 2 kills out of that one. Mangachu is eliminated from this, though, and some kills still funneling in here, left and right, as it's still going to be a very much even fight, but now you're starting to see the Renegades push them back.
Yeah, you had both teams invest all their support ults into this. Renegades comes out on top in the end. They're able to hold on here to the cart for a few seconds. We'll see if Bud stays on the Widowmaker. So right now, a lot of pressure going towards him. You had Jesus there. You had Mangachu there as well. Pulse Bomb comes out. Nobody close there.
Can we just talk about Coolmat keeping him alive on that one? That was insane. As soon as he was getting shots, you saw that defense matrix come through. And that keeps Buds going in this fight here. Very impressive stuff. But now they're just going to back away because the Diva Bomb comes through. They know they don't want to get caught with that one there. Big play could spell doom. 2 minutes on the clock, and they're getting very close, X.
Yeah, they were forced to use the self-destruct on the cart was Zachary because he actually is getting a lot of shots in from Buds. Gets him demeched. Uses the self-destruct to get right back in. They're able to get a demech on a Coolmat, so another push where Renegade's able to hold on. So now we're going to get into an interesting portion of the game, Alex. Under 2 minutes to go. You have Dragon Blade. You're going to be very close to both support ults for Renegades. See Clockwork here.
He sees him.
Has the vision. What does he decide to do with this Pulse Bomb? Maybe he can land a big one early. Jesus with some nice shots. So now FNRGFE, they build up both support ults as well. I think it's going to come down to the Dragon Blade of Mangachu. Now that you lose Primo Dolce, you have Sherlocky takes out Clockwork. Here's the Transcendence from the side of FNRGFE, and they use the sound barrier here at the same time. Sherlocky's still going to have this Transcendence now for Renegades to get through this.
Yeah, and that being said, Primo, he's going to come out there, right? So while, yeah, you were able to open it up with the fight there and get that kill with the Pulse Bomb, you have the defender's advantage, so they're just going to be right back into the fold now. Jesus with the D-Mech onto Coolmat, 1 minute, 9 seconds remaining. Buds is just going to get absolutely wiped out by Jesus there. And now that will have to prompt FNRGFE to go back, and they don't have much to work with here besides maybe another pulse bomb here.
No,
and a diva bomb.
They use both of those support ults at the same time, albeit I believe Mangachu uses a blade at that time as well. Doesn't get anything for it. Now you have Bud switching over to the 76. Oh, look at this. Jesus.
See, those are the ones you got to stick, man. When you're in a pressure situation and you need to make the play, that's the play right there. You get that stick and you save everyone else. But now, though, he's going into this 1v1 against Clockwork, though, who did have a Discord orb. They're just going to get backed away, though. FNRGFE, you know, you see the health bars there, and they are whittling down here just a little bit, but still, Defender's advantage coming in next.
Renegades still with the Transcendence. You see it come out from Sherlocky. Mangachu getting very close to getting this Dragon Blade. He's going to bring it out. The Transcendence here comes out for FNRGFE as well. The issue is Renegades going to have a sound barrier here. Also, they're going to use it in this fight. They're going to try and push FNRGFE back. Only 6 seconds left.
This is going to do it here. The sound barrier comes through. The final push for FNRGFE is now we go into overtime here. They lose out on Muma as well as Coolmat getting demech. Mangachu, more like Manga Burn, just trying to do his best Shadow Burn impression here on Genji. And so far it's been working out, but they got to get the kills on the board. Jesus with a stop there onto Buds. And Mangachu continues to just live around the payload here. But FNRGFE are trying to push them away, and they're getting really close. Bonnie with a pickup onto 2 as more members of Detroit Renegades begin to funnel out of the spawn. Remember, guys, they are so close. If they can get 3 points on the board, that will be huge for FNRGFE. And they're trying to just hang around here, but Mangachu with the blade. Transcendence comes out, though. They're going to force it. Butts with the shot in the back line, but more members of Renegades are going to make their way through. The Transcendence for Renegades now. They're trying to stabilize. They're trying to force them back here, X. Boink with the kill onto Prima Dolce. Jesus with the stop there onto Coolmat. And now things are starting to get nice and dicey here as FNRGFE are trying to close this one out, but it is a mad dash to the point. Sound barrier comes through, and FNRGFE are able to secure 3. Woo! You gotta love those moments, baby.
That was nuts there towards the end. Mangachu almost makes it happen with the Dragon Blade. Both teams end up getting both of their support ults back. And FNRGFE in the clutch, they complete the map. No time left, though. So Renegades, they are towards the end. No, it was not a good initial first 2 points for Renegades. FNRGFE was able to take point A and B with relative ease. And then there in the third point, Renegades just turned up. They were able to hold up for a long period of time. FNRGFE completes the map, but still no time left in the time bank. We'll see what Renegades can do on offense.
If you told me, like, hey, what happened in that last push? Just be like, honestly, a bunch of people died. Some people just tried to get some kills.
Yep.
Fools were trying to come out of spawn.
Yeah, I mean, Moon at one point is just kind of like blocking the spawn door. Just and to be fair, Renegade's able to still hold on. And Jesus is there on the Tracer, able to stay alive. And then Sherlocky comes out with the Transcendence. Mangachu switches over to Reaper at the end, trying to make anything. You have Primo Dolce go to Reinhardt. The comp goes.
Everything happened. Everything happened, dude.
Buds uses the tack visor, gets hit with a pulse bomb, immediately goes back to the Widowmaker.
Time passed, and the world became whole again, and you know.
So here's something interesting going into the offensive side. We saw how good Zachary was on the Roadhog on Hanamura,
and you can run him here.
You can run it here on Gibraltar. We'll see how. And you got to be careful now if you're Buds, right? Because we see a lot of the times the teams, when they have Sombra here on D, you like to just obviously hack the health packs, let your teammates get that, but also go invisible, go onto the cart, stall for a little bit of period of time, come out, get some shots down. If he comes out of a cloak and Zachary hits him with a hook, that's an easy first pick there.
That's true. Has to be very careful about this. And Jesus, well, he's going to go to the Tracer. Honestly, I'm okay with that, man. You've been having a great game as Tracer. No reason. Okay, Biotic Nade, though. Now you're just not going to get any healing. Zachary's going to die right away, and that's going to give him that first kill there. Really just start to open up opportunity for FNRGFE. But remember, the spawn is going to be really close by. And nice sleep dart there, but immediately woken up, just gets out of there in a dash now. As Sherlocky with the kill onto Buds here. And Buds does have that EMP activated, so he won't be able to use it in this fight, X.
Yeah, and they get Boink as well. Zachary hooks him in to the rest of the members on Renegades, so Renegades should start to move the payload here. But still, not the worst initial push there from FNRGFE on defense. They played very aggressive. They earned themselves an EMP. They earned themselves a pulse bomb. You're going to get very close to a nano
in
boost
comparison to Renegades' first hold, where they basically just got free push under the car wash here.
And it's an extended fight, too, for Renegades. So Renegades actually going to earn themselves some ultimates in turn as well. Mangachu getting very close to a Dragon Blade. You're going to get very close to a Transcendence. And they take out Bonnie right away. So Bonnie closest to that nano boost. Blink not really close to a Sound Barrier here. As Renegades, you're most likely going to have a Transcendence for this next fight.
EMP comes out here, but immediately they will be able to take out Muma in response. As now you begin to, really see Renegade just come together here. Light up the kill feed a little bit more, though. And they're really close to being able to get that first cap here. A lot of time will be added as well. And Jesus has had Bonnie's number for a good portion of this game. Transcendence now will come through, and Jesus has just been on point this entire match, this entire series. You got to give the guy credit now.
Yeah, Primo Dolce is forced to use the Primal Rage. He gets hit with a Pulse Bomb from Clockwork. The Sound Barrier comes in from FNRGFE. Here comes Mangachu, though. He's got the Dragon Blade. He's able to get one. Searching for more Cool Mat with a Self-Destruct in the sky. Takes out Primo Dolce. Muma off the spawn. Gets the effect of the Nano Boost. Putting down some more damage on the payload as FNRGFE should hold on here on D.
Yeah, despite Jesus just dashing all over the place and putting down tons of damage, it will really just come down to FNRGFE being able to fly back into action. That nano boost stops them right in their tracks here.
And they move off of the Roadhog. They have Zachary go over to D.Va. In that fight, though, Renegades...
Not the worst decision.
Renegades used a ton of ults there. So, the idea with the D.Va, obviously, you get the Matrix. You can help keep Primo Dolce alive for a little bit longer. FNRGFE in the next fight, you will have the EMP. There it comes in, and then the push starts to come through. Buds and Shalaki, they trade kills there. So now it's going to be forced to FNRGFE to back up a little bit. See if Renegades can stabilize and now start to make a push. Only a minute to go.
Yeah, this is dangerously close here. They need to do this, and we saw this happen before on Numbani, right? When they were so close to being taken out, and then they were able to make that cap happen at the last minute, and then you're playing a game against the clock here, and that's never a fun one. Clockwork with the kill onto Primo Dolce now. And without that tank, they're just going to have to back away. They need to reset this fight as soon as they possibly can. Just go back and get their tank again so that they can engage, because they only have 30 seconds here.
They're not going to have much. Well, they're going to have a Transcendence. You're probably going to have Sound Barrier. Bonnie does have the Nano Boost, so you can put that down onto Muma. Maybe make a play. Jesus with Pulse Bomb here for Renegades.
He's waiting.
We'll see if Mangachu can get close here to another Dragon Blade.
As soon as they come right under the car wash, he's going to have them lined up. There you go. He's going to drop the Nano Boost there. And it will go on to the Winston. Now we're going to be, oh, what a sleep dart there. Good night, Jesus. You won't rise again. Overtime, though. And now as we have a really just staggered fight, the Dragon Blade comes through. EMP is going to be in effect here, as you're going to have a couple members of FNRGFE living around the payload. Got to get onto that payload now, though, remember, or else that's just going to be it. We've seen what happened before on Watchpoint Gibraltar, but FNRGFE will be able to force them back here. Members of Renegades getting back onto the point. You just lost out, though, on your D.Va, but Zachary, with that D.Va bomb, was able to force people back. He's got to get on it, but he couldn't get there in time. And that will be FNRGFE's victory. We're going to Game 5.
FNRGFE dominate there on Gibraltar on the defensive end. Renegades could really get nothing going. And not really a lot of positives to talk about for Renegades there on Gibraltar. Regardless, though, we will see a Game 5 here. It'll be a best of 3 on Ilios to determine FNRGFE's playoff fate, same as Rogue.
Yeah, and if you are keeping track here, Renegades did manage to win Game 1, which was Control. And now we're going into a control map on Ilios that really favors Afara. And also, let's not forget the Hog on Well.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Those hooks.
No, Renegades, you lost that one pretty badly. You know, they can go back, regroup. You had a good Game 1 control, like you said. We'll see as the teams get ready. I believe we're just going to kind of go right into this.
No commercials, no mercy.
I imagine we're just going to go right into this Game 5.
I'm excited.
Who takes it? You got to pick right now.
Renegades. I don't know why.
You just believe.
You know what? And here's the thing, man. I'm a big fan of some great diva play for Cool Matt. Always been a fan of his. But there's just something about this scrappy Renegades roster that has me incredibly hyped up right now. And also, I really wanted to see Rogue go to the playoffs here. And this was an instance that no one thought would even happen.
That we'd end up here.
You gotta go to the underdog story here, Matt. You have to. This is the world we live in.
Be nuts if they're able to do it. Looks
boy.
like the game loading up now. Looks like have a little bit of a pause, but you can see, at least on our screens, you guys can't see it. You guys just get a look at videos, but
it's pretty.
It looks like both teams, at least at the start here, potentially running the Far Mercy.
Which you expect, considering that you are going to have, you know, these great aerial battles that can take place Far Mercy. When you get to Ruins, though, that's where I do have some pause for Renegades, because really you put Buds on the sniper.
And we saw that. Remember, FNRGFE versus Rogue went to a game 5, and you had a Buds versus AKM matchup on the Widowmaker on Ruins. So maybe we see them go to that Widowmaker yet again if we go to Ruins, when we go to Ruins. And obviously the Widowmaker pretty effective against that Far Mercy combo. So see how it turns out here. FNRGFE's playoff hopes are on the line here.
Did you imagine we'd be at this point?
Detroit Renegades in a game 5. To be honest, Alex, I thought we would actually see an Ilios tiebreaker today, but it would be between FNRGFE and Envision to see who got 3-4. Did not expect it to be between Renegades and FNRGFE just to see if they get in. Muma, though, the pressure doesn't face him.
Not at all.
Throwing some shapes.
Throwing some mad shapes.
We'd sing and throw some shapes.
Ever since I learned about that term, I don't know what is going on with you people in the UK, but you guys just come up with some crazy terms, or it's just Bren making up stuff, which is very possible. Kind of like his Liquipedia page. But anyway, here we go. The fight now at the Lighthouse here. It will be Farah v. Farah taken to the skies, and Primo Dolce with that first kill there onto Boink. And look at this here, Mangachu. He's trying to send some rockets over to Buds here, kind of force him back for the time being. Got to be very cautious not to let him get this free farm, though.
It is Buds putting down a ton of damage, though. A kill now goes in favor of Renegades. They're on the point. It looks like they should be able to get control of it first. Now I wonder if Buds decides to switch off of this Farah.
You can run 76 here, and because there's so much open space in the Lighthouse that, like, you could run the 76 and do a lot of damage. You just gotta play really smart here. And I mean,
Buds is putting down a ton of damage, but the teammates, on the ground are not able to pick up any kills for it. No. Zachary taking out Muma at the beginning, so all this damage that Buds is doing, great, but you're not picking up any kills off of it.
Yeah, and while he will get the barrage, and he built up the barrage quicker. There, you Mangachu will stop him right there. And now you are going to have a couple ults coming online here. Cool Matt with the Diva Bomb, or you're going to have, I believe, with the Diva Bomb here. But in any case, so Buds with the barrage, that's the most important thing in the Resurrect. Yeah, so it's really close to the Diva Bomb here. But you're looking at Sherlock, who also has that online. And this kind of favors Renegades here.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you have Renegades, they have their res here. They're going to have Primal Rage. So you see Clockwork get in towards the point, trying to... Okay, throws a pulse bomb at his feet. Maybe thinks somebody's going to trail him. Primo Dolce is just smashing around Cool Matt there. Gets him off the side of the map. Bonnie taking some damage here as well. Mangachu landing some nice rockets in the sky. Bonnie gets on the point, does have res. He'll bring Muma back into the action.
A good resurrection as well to keep the tanks, as now we're going to be at 70% here. Zachary, though, has been displaced from the action, and you lose out on the Diva, but still a couple kills coming in for Renegades, and they're going to be able to stabilize.
But you have not been able, if you're FNRGFE, really to capitalize on this good damage that Buds has been putting down. From afar, he's been doing a really nice job. The issue is when the rest of the team comes in, Jesus really on the tracer for Renegades, is able to pick up a lot of these kills. Now for FNRGFE, no support ult, sound barrier, and res up for Renegades.
A lot of tools at their disposal, but Buds with that stop onto Mangachu gets right in his face and is able to take him out, and you take out Sherlocky as well. But still, though, you're at 97% here, X. You got res.
One fight.
You're going to have the sound barrier. You have a lot to work with once again.
One fight here is all Renegades needs to go in their favor. FNRGFE, you will get a sound barrier here. You're going to have pretty much every other ult outside of your res. You build up to res pretty quick. May end up earning that clockwork here. Trying to make something happen on the Tracer. Gets pretty low, now falls back, uses the Pulse Bomb, takes out Primo Dolce.
Well, that's just going to waste out one of those ults there, and perhaps you just disengage here if you're Renegades, recognizing this is not a winnable fight. Oh, but Sherlocky, well, he's going to bring him back into this one and use that Resurrection, and then they're going to use the Sound Barrier as well. They're looking to end this one right here. Res is also going to be used onto Buzz to bring him back into the fight, but you're also going to have yourself a Sound Barrier played there from Boink. Boink is going to be out of the fight, though. And now Mangachu with the Barrage is going to go right in. He's going to use the Barrage. He's going to pick himself a kill onto Coolmat, though. But the Diva Bomb will stop him in his tracks, and now you're going to have the Winston just flailing around and Buzz with a barrage of his own. Well, that's just going to eliminate a lot of members here, and now you're sitting at 60%, and a lot put into that fight on both sides here, but FNRGFE were able to come out on top.
And now Renegades has nothing to work with. You use all your ults in that fight. Clockwork earns himself another Pulse Bomb here. This Bonnie getting closer to res. Now both Lucio's nowhere close to the sound barriers. As now Renegades, they put themselves in a tough spot here. It's such a nice job getting the point first, getting up to 97%. FNRGFE, they've been able to hold on ever since.
I think if you just, and I like this, right? You force Coolmat out of the fight because Coolmat has certainly been a difference maker for this team. Kill onto Boink there is going to give Renegades a slight man advantage, but they're going to lose out Jur in turn. Bonnie really close to getting that res. Is he going to use it to bring back some of these members here? Muma and Coolmat, the tanks who are down here. As Clockwork will get the kill, potentially. No, Clockwork will be dropped, but now you're going to look at a situation here where you brought back your tank, you brought back your Tracer. Now we're in overtime, 99%, 98, but they managed to make the flip happen. Now we're going to be in overtime here, X. They just got to get these kills. Bud's able to find one onto Primo Dolce now.
And Sherlocky dies with the res, so Renegade's never able to get this res off. It'll be Jesus, though, still on the Tracer for Renegades, staying on this point. You have Zachary here as well. It'll be 2 kills in favor of FNRGFE. Make it 3.
That's
Clockwork picks him up. They get the point back. Zachary trying to get in. They're trying to fly box Primo Dolce, but it's going to be a big 3-man res here coming out of Sherlocky.
That's what you were waiting for, that res coming through Sherlocky at the nick of time, but they were able to take out Mangachu immediately in the fight. Sound Barrier is going to be dropped, but the Diva Bomb comes through, clears out Zachary as well, and now more kills for FNRGFE. They basically just had to do it again, and they managed to make it happen. 1 on the board, 1 step closer to the playoffs.
You got to wonder if Sherlocky doesn't die at the initial start of that fight with the res, where it's 99-99. They like 2 or 3 players dead right on the back half of the point. Maybe you're able to get a big res off there, make something happen. But FNRGFE, 1 control point away from sending themselves to the playoffs. In turn, eliminating Rogue from playoff contention. It's you asked for it done well, we're going to see it. It looks like we're going to see Zachary run the Roadhog. The only thing that, for me, this is going to put Primo Dolce in an even tougher position because you don't have the defense matrix there when he dives in deep. So he needs to be even more careful than normal.
It's very true. This is the best possible scenario as well for Renegades if they want to win this game and send Rogue to the playoffs here. Because had it went to Ruins, I probably would have been a bit more concerned for for Renegades, because I just don't know if they can go toe-to-toe with that Widowmaker. Meanwhile, though, as we take a look here at the skies, we have Buds throwing down some rockets, who has had quite the game here as Farah. He's actually been doing pretty well, but now as I say that, he's being pushed back here by Mangachu. And now once again, you have Renegades who seem to be getting the control here, but point has been contested. Buds with the kill onto Jesus, and you're gonna have a few members now of FNRGFE, but there goes the hook. Takes them with him, bye-bye. And that is that is what I wanted to see. Some good old-fashioned Roadhog hooks right into the well. Still, though, no one has been able to get control of the point just yet.
Just a very long Farah bottle. Buds is able to land out a shot on a Sherlocky, who had a lot of pressure there from Clockwork. So now Mangachu up in the sky without his mercy. Jur getting very low here for Renegades as well. Gonna lose their Lucio as well. It'll be FNRGFE in control of the point here first. They're gonna earn themselves Rocket Barrage. They're gonna have a Sound Barrier. You're gonna have a res here in this next fight. Now, for Renegades, you do have that whole hog. You're going to have a res of your own. You're going to have Primo Dolce. That's likely with Primal Rage. A lot of ultimates for both teams here coming into this next fight. And well, it's such a hard point to retake. You see these fights extend for so long. It's really important for Renegades to get a really good start to this fight.
Sound barrier for Renegades is going to open up the fight, though, and Buds has to be careful because he's taking considerable amount of damage. Sound barrier as well now. FNRGFE are going to respond. Both resurrections are going to be available for the teams as they look to use them here. Jur's going to go bye-bye, but Mangachu's able to get the kill onto Boink in turn, and now is a D-Met Cool Mat here. Well, when do you decide to use that barrage? And oh, Mangachu's actually going to use his barrage, and that's going to take out a couple members here, 2 members to be exact now. And they do manage to get Bonnie in that exchange as well, who won't have res anymore, and this is going to be the flip coming through.
And Renegades hold on to their res. They're going to get very close to building up another whole hog. As soon as you saw Bonnie had to go really close to the ground and over deep towards the Renegades side to use that res. As soon as the res came up, then you saw Mangachu use that rocket barrage, able to pick up some kills with it. So Renegades able to take the point back. It's a nice hook there from Zachary on the Cool Mat. You see, when you're able to hook that Diva, you had his Tracer there as well, putting down even some more damage.
One thing that I want to see is if Buds goes for the barrage, if Zachary can get the hook there. Oh boy, Boink, he's going to be in a world of hurt there as well. They may need, oh, they won't have the res there. I was going to say, you know, you may need to use that res, but you're at 58%, so you have nothing left to give here. Zachary just trying to stay alive, take a breather as well as the added health. Cool Mat's mech is out of this one. But you got to be careful because Cool Mat's one of the best at getting back at his mech. Barrage is going to come through as well. And now you're starting to see FNRGFE get some kills here. And they managed to make that flip happen.
Yeah, and they were never able to get a good use of the res. Sherlocky coming off the spawn probably thinks, you know, maybe if I can get back onto the point, I can get a res off. So you had the whole hog use there for Zachary. Don't have a sound barrier for Renegades. You see Buds putting down a ton of damage through the initial choke.
Too.
Yep. Forcing them into a different angle here.
Mangachu as well. I mean, look at that. We're getting a little bit of a dogfight going on over here. And Jesus with that first kill on Tamuma. Still, you're going to have that resurrection that could play a role here if Renegades are going to be in a pickle, but it seems like they might go ahead and use it on Primo Dolce to get him back into the fight here. That could be the play.
You may not need it.
Yeah, it's true.
Because the side of FNRGFE, as soon as you take out Bonnie, you know they don't have a res.
Bye-bye, Boink.
So now Boink goes down the hole. Renegades gets back in control of the point. FNRGFE up to 89%. Buds switches off, goes over to the Widowmaker yet again, a lot like what we saw in Li Zhang. That's going to force the res out here just to bring Mangachu back into it.
If Buds, well, Buds, he switches back over to the Pharah, so he's not going to go with the Widow. 89%, the hook comes through. He's got to fly out of that one, but that's going to be an escape that they won't be able to use. Mangachu with the barrage comes in, forces some guys back, but does not get much out of it. He will get the kill onto Buds, but that was about it, and that was just a regular kill there, not one with the barrage, though. Sound barrier for FNRGFE will connect with a couple members there. Cool Mat with the Diva Bomb takes out Mangachu, and now you don't have that res for this fight. And you're sitting at 90%. If you're Renegades, you got to get on to the point as soon as possible. Jesus is looking to make a play.
It's got to be up to Jesus and Zachary. These are the 2 members from Renegades alive. It'll be Jesus getting on to the point, has his recall, needs to use it. Be the sound barrier coming in for Renegades as well. A nice pulse bomb there.
Oh.
And I believe he jumps into the sky. You're going to get Sherlocky with that.
Nice kill there onto Bonnie to go ahead and remove the healing out of this one. And now we're getting so close here. 99% for FNRGFE, but it seems like Renegades are going to be able to make this flip happen. They just got to take care of pesky Cool Mat, who's continuing to linger around, and they do so. Now we're going to be sitting at 92%. Renegades might still be in this game.
You have Clockwork coming off the spawn with a pulse bomb. Buds putting down some more rockets. They need to get somebody on the point, and that's going to be Muma. Both of these games so close so far here on Ilios. It's a hook coming in from Zachary. Gets Cool Mat very low.
Barrage is out for Buds. Buds is able to get 2 kills. They don't have any resurrections available. Zachary's going to be by himself, and FNRGFE are looking to stabilize here onto the point, stay in this fight here. They're going to have to make the flip happen, but more contesting coming through. Can members of Renegades get back into the action, though? No, they're just going to be displaced. They're going to be removed, and FNRGFE will breathe a sigh of relief as they will punch their ticket to Los Angeles at the Blizzard Arena. But my goodness, did they have to work for that one.
Could not have been any closer. Both points came down to 99 to 99% here towards the end. I was going to say I would have loved to see what happened. We didn't catch it, but Buds here with the rocket barrage takes Mangachu in Sherlocky out, and things start to fall apart there for Renegades. Renegades, though, they put up a tremendous fight in this matchup. Just not enough in the end.
I was feeling the moment. Felt the moment. I thought Renegades were going to be able to do it, but still, though, FNRGFE, without a doubt, a team deserving of being able to go to the finals. This is a squad that has went toe-to-toe with Envy, went toe-to-toe with Rogue, as well as FaZe. So this is going to be a formidable team, and you really shouldn't sleep on them. But I'm almost certain FNRGFE, they're definitely woke after today.
Oh, without a doubt. That is a very tough game to qualify for the playoffs, and I think you just kind of have to tip your hat to Renegades for coming in here, putting together a very good effort, making it tough for FNRGFE.
Yeah, if you go out in the season, go out swinging.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the Renegades did. So kudos to you guys for putting on one heck of a show. But that's going to do it for us here. We have one more game, though. One more game, can you believe it? It's going to be Congarna versus Immortals, our final matchup of the season. Let's send it over to Chris Puckett and the rest of the crew to discuss that match.
Big congratulations.